Question on standard costing. Save Money Nigeria Limited specializes in the manufacture of a single product. The following information relates to the company budget for a given month. Projected production quantity 144,000 units, dollar per unit. Direct material 0.5 kg at $1,440 per kg, costing $720 per unit. Direct labor 30 minutes at $1,920 per hour, costing $960. Variable overhead $36 million. Fixed overhead $18 million. Production overhead is absorbed on the basis of direct labor hour. Actual results achieved during May 2020 are as follows. Production 156,000 units. Direct material purchased 96,000 kg, costing $105,600,000. Direct labor hour worked 96,000 hours, costing $480 million. Variable overhead $33,600,000. Fixed overhead $21,600,000. Required compute 1. Fixed overhead expenditure variance. 2. Fixed overhead capacity variance. 3. Fixed overhead volume variance. 4. Fixed overhead efficiency variance. 5. Fixed overhead total cost variance. Formula A. The importance of this formula A is that when we are applying it in the solution, you'll be able to go over the formula A. 1. Fixed overhead expenditure variance $sign is actual fixed overhead giving us this minus budgeted fixed overhead giving us this, adjusted with each other, giving you fixed overhead expenditure variance. 2. Fixed overhead capacity variance $sign is standard labor hour multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate, giving us this, minus actual labor hour multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate, giving us this, adjusted with each other, giving you fixed overhead capacity variance. 3. Fixed overhead volume variance. Fixed overhead volume variance $sign is, the formula is standard labor hour multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate, giving us this, minus standard labor hour for actual production multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate, giving us this, adjust it with each other, giving you this, and that is fixed overhead volume variance. Fixed overhead volume variance. 4. Fixed overhead efficiency variance. Fixed overhead efficiency variance. The formula is actual labor hour multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate, giving you this, minus standard labor hour for actual production multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate, giving you this, and that is, you adjust it with each other, giving you fixed overhead efficiency variance. Fixed overhead efficiency variance. There is also another formula which is for the fixed overhead total cost variance. Fixed overhead total cost variance, and that is, the formula for that is fixed overhead expenditure variance. Fixed overhead expenditure variance minus the volume. Fixed overhead volume variance minus fixed overhead volume variance. It will give you fixed overhead total cost variance. Fixed overhead total cost variance. So let's go to solution. Let's go to solution. And the solution is 1. Fixed overhead expenditure variance. The formula is actual fixed overhead minus budgeted fixed overhead, as in the formula A. What's our actual fixed overhead? Just go to the question direct. In this case, you are not picking it one by one. Just pick the answer. You are not multiplying anything. Just pick it directly. It is given in the question. It will always be given in the question. And this is the actual aspect of the question. This is budgeted aspect of the question. Standard costing question is always like that. The standard aspect of the question and the actual aspect of the question. Where is the actual fees overhead? This is it. Fees overhead, $21,600,000. Where is the budgeted fees overhead? Go to the budgeted aspect of the question. Look at it. The following information relates to the company's budget for a given month. Budget, company's budget. That is budgeted aspect of the question. And that is it. Fees overhead, 18 million. Fees overhead, 18 million. And on the actual aspect, actual result achieved during May 2020 are as follows. This actual aspect, this is budgeted aspect. Then peak fees overhead, 18 million. And peak fees overhead are the actual 21,600,000. Look at it. Actual 21,600,000. Standard 18 million. Standard 18 million. The budgeted aspect of it. This is budgeted fees overhead. This is actual fees overhead. Adjust it with each other. Actual is higher than the standard. You have adverse. You have adverse. And that is 3,600,000 adverse. 2. Fees overhead capacity variance. Fees overhead capacity variance. With this, you have, before we solve this, let's quickly run down the workings. Workings, fees overhead absorption rate is budgeted fees overhead divided by budgeted labor hour. Budgeted fees overhead divided by budgeted labor hour. And that is fees overhead absorption rate is equal to, what's budgeted fees overhead? And that is what we have here, like in the question. Look at it. We pick it from the question. Look at it. The budgeted fees overhead. Look at it. Pick it here. Then divided by budgeted labor hour. What's a budgeted labor hour? That is, the meaning of budgeted labor is how many hour was used for one unit. Look at the question. The question say 30 minutes at, say, direct labor hour. 30 minutes at $1,120 per hour, costing $160 per unit. That is, 30 minutes were used for one unit. 30 minutes were used for one unit. That is 30 minutes. You are going to convert this 30 minutes into an hour. And that is what we have here. Look at working 2. We say 30 minutes is used for one unit. Convert the 30 minutes into an hour. Then you have 30 divided by 60 multiplied by 1 hour. That gives you 0.5 hour per unit. 0.5 hour per unit. And that is it. Budgeted labor hour. Budgeted labor hour, you have 0.5 hour per unit. How many units was budgeted for? 144,000 units multiplied by each other. You have 72,000 hour. 72,000 hour. And what's your budgeted fees overhead? That is 18 million as we have shown in the question. Divided with each other, you have $250. That's our fees overhead absorption rate. So anywhere you see fees overhead absorption rate, you have 250,000. And then where you see standard hour, that is 0.5 hour. 0.5 hour. So let's go to the 2. Fees overhead capacity variance. Fees overhead capacity variance. $sign. Standard labor hour multiplied by fees overhead absorption rate. Your standard labor hour is 0.5 hour. That is shown in the working 2. Multiplied by how many standard units? That is budgeted production units. It is shown in the question. Look at it. Look at it. Budgeted production quantity 144,000 units are the budget aspect of the question or standard aspect of the question. 0.5 hour multiplied by 144 units multiplied by fees overhead absorption rate. What's our fees overhead absorption rate? Is 250 working 1. And multiply it together, you have $18 million. And that is actual. The first aspect is what is always actual. Minus actual labor hour multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate. What's our actual labor hour? It is given in the question. You go to the actual aspect of the question, look at it. Direct labor hour worked. Direct labor hour work is 96,000 hour. 96,000 hour, costing $418 million. 96,000 hour. Look at it here. Actual labor hour, that's 96,000 hour. Multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate, you have working one, $250. Multiply it together, give you $24 million. Actual is lesser than the standard. You have favorable. Three, fixed overhead volume variance. Standard labor hour. The formula is standard labor hour multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate. We have explained that in the fixed overhead capacity variance. Standard labor hour multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate. Our standard labor hour is per unit is 4.5 hour multiplied by production unit, budgeted production unit. That is 144,000 units. Multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate has been explained in the working one. Then you multiply it together, you have $18 million as you have in the fixed overhead absorption, as you have in the fixed overhead capacity variance. $18 million minus standard labor hour for actual production. Standard labor hour for actual production. What is standard hour? Standard hour means how many hours was used for one unit, whether in the budgeted or in the production. Whether in the budgeted or in the actual production, it's always the same. 0.5 hour. Multiply by how many units? This is the actual production. Standard labor hour for actual production. What's the actual production? You go to the actual aspect of the question, and that is what we have here. Actual result achieved during May 2020 are as follows. Production 150,000 units. Production 150,000 units. And that is what we have here. And look at it. That is hour per unit is 0.5. Then how many units? 150,000 actual production units multiplied by each other together. Then multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate. It has been explained. It gives you $19,500,000. And that is actual is lesser than the standard you have favorable. The favorable of what? $1,500,000. And that is fixed overhead volume variance. 4. Fixed overhead efficiency variance. $sign. Formula is actual labor hour multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate. And what's our actual labor hour? It has been explained in the fixed overhead capacity variance. Actual labor hour multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate, the same thing. Bring it here, look at it. Actual labor hour, that is 96,000 hour. That's been explained. Multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate. Fixed overhead absorption rate, that is 250. Working one has been explained. Then give you what? $24 million. $24 million as in the fixed overhead capacity variance. Look at it, the same thing. Just bring it here. Look at it, $24 million. Minus standard labor hour for actual production. Anywhere you see SLHP is what? Standard labor hour for actual production. Multiplied by fixed overhead absorption rate. It is has been explained also in the fixed overhead volume variance. Look at it here. $19,500,000. And that is what we have here. Look at it. It is the same. Look at it. And this also is the same in the fixed overhead capacity variance. Look at it. $24 million. The same thing. So adjust it with each other. 24 million minus 19,500,000 give you $4,500,000. Actual is higher than the standard. You have adverse. At this junction, please consider subscribe to my channel by pressing the red button and the thumb up button. Whenever you subscribe to my channel, you are supporting me, and whenever more of this is produced, YouTube will be able to what? To notify you. Please subscribe to my channel, and as you do so, may God bless you. 5. Total fees overhead cost variance. Fees overhead expenditure variance, that is the formula. Fees overhead expenditure variance, and that is, you go to what? To the fees overhead expenditure variance, that is it here. Fees overhead expenditure variance, that is 3,600,000. That's when you're talking about the total now. You go to the what? To the fees overhead expenditure variance. You also go to the what? Fees overhead volume variance. Look at it. Fees overhead expenditure variance, 3,600,000. Then minus fees overhead volume variance. What do you have at fees overhead volume variance? This is it. Fees overhead volume variance. This is it. 1,500,000. 1,500,000. Look at it. You are just with each other. Adverse, favorable. Adverse is higher than the favorable. You have adverse. Look at it. 2,100,000. 2,100,000. You can confirm that. In the video 1, video 2, video 3, this video 4, I always give confirmation. You can confirm that also. That for your confirmation, at fees overhead expenditure variance, you go to the actual aspect. You go to the actual aspect of what? Of fees. Actual aspect of fees overhead expenditure variance. Look at it. This is the actual aspect of fees overhead expenditure variance. Actual aspect is what? Actual fees overhead, which is 21,600,000. Look at it. 21,600,000 minus, you go to the standard aspect of what? Of fees overhead efficiency variance. Look at it here. Fees overhead efficiency variance. Look at it. Look at it. 19,500,000. 19,500,000. Look at it. Bring it here. That is standard aspect of what? Of fees overhead efficiency variance. The fees overhead. The standard aspect of it. That is 19,500,000. Adjust with each other. It gives you 2,100,000. The same thing. Adverse, 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 adverse. So watch the video over and over. Watch it. Study it very well. When you watch it over and over, it will give you a ground to understand standard question. Video 1, it will give you the ground to understand standard costing question. Video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4. This is video 4. Watch it. Share the video among your friends and families, among your schoolmates, your students, mates. Share it together with them so that you'll be able to add value to them. Standard costing question is somehow complicated in its nature. But when you watch this video, watch over and over, it will be made easy for you. Thank you.